Alright, this is a real simple instructional video on how to put the crank lock on if the factory happens to screw up and not install it. Anyway, the kit that I sent you has all the tools and parts that you need. We're basically going to be removing this screw, putting the lock assembly on, and replacing this knurled coupling with a smooth one. First thing is to remove the button head screw and the fiber washer. And then you simply dispose of these. Make sure you get the fiber washer off because it sticks. Okay, the crank lock assembly that we're talking about is this assembly here, and it gets put into the same hole we just removed the screw from. Now your assembly is already assembled and has a nylon plug on it, so it won't come apart. But just in case, if it does come apart, let me show you how to assemble it. See this flat section here? You want the head of the screw to go in that direction, to go into that flat. Then put the wavy washer on, the fiber washer, and then the nylon washer. And you want to make sure that the nylon washer goes onto the shoulder of the screw. Then, holding it, if you can see that, holding it like this, you want to make so that you can the nylon washer doesn't slip off the shoulder screw. Put some Loctite 243 on. Then let me put you back where you were. Right there. Okay. Then, while holding the nylon washer, trying to see you see this. Screw the lock on, and just as it begins to pinch your fingers, slowly move them out, and you're pretty close. Okay, there. You just want to make sure that nylon washer doesn't slip off the shoulder. Then it should spin like that with some resistance, very consistent all the way around. Okay. Alright, the next thing we want to do is replace this knurled coupling with the smooth one. Before you do that, raise the arm up, straight up, and then wobble it from the end. Look at the amount of play that you're getting in these washers between the coupling and the arm. You want to set it to about the same when you reinstall it. Alright, first thing is to remove the screw with a T25 Torx wrench. Set those aside. Then remove this coupling. Okay, now one thing you want to do is on the smooth one, make sure that the screw is facing in the clockwise direction. This is important so that the lock engages correctly. Anyway, put that on. Put some Loctite 243 on the threads of the button head screw. And reinstall just snug. Okay, now the way you adjust this to get to the point where we were before you disassembled it, this is your more or less your adjustment screw. Will push the coupling in, and then you tighten the coupling. So let's go and check it as it is now. So snug it up. Okay, now it's tight. And then we'll check it. And that's pretty good. What that does is it prevents the arm from wobbling like this. If it's too loose, it won't wobble at all. But If it's too tight, it will wobble while the motor's running. That's what you're trying to prevent. So that's perfect. But if you need to adjust it, loosen the coupling a little bit, turn the screw inward, and then tighten the coupling again and recheck it. And then when you're done, just after the coupling is tight, just retorque this, and that's it. Now, what this does, let's see so you can see it. Okay, the way you check this to make sure the lock and everything is aligned right, if you look, this gold knob on top of the machine, let's see if you can see it. Yeah, you want to lift it, turn it a quarter turn so it's in the out position. This is really important, so make sure you do it. Then the lock assembly, what you do is you turn it till it contacts the coupling, and then move the arm so that the head of the lock goes into the head of the screw, and that's what makes it lock. What that allows you to do is, if there's a motor here, this one does not have a motor, but it allows you to overcome the internal workings of the motor. On the other one, which is knurled, you can just do it by hand. That's why it's knurled, because there's much less resistance. And then once you're done with that, and it feels okay and the motor's turning fine, just turn the gold knob back to its original position. It should snap down. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, sorry. If it doesn't, just turn this a little bit and it's just popped right back in place. There's a sprocket that it engages. And that's it. That's all you gotta do. And sorry for the not installing it for you.